Makan.
Yeah. Okay. So today we'll cover one of the most important thing is array. So what is array? Okay. So basically, any idea about array, Raghu? So arrays are
Collection
used
of data.
to store multiple values in a single variable. Okay. For each value. So array is an object which contains elements of a similar data type. Let me similar data type. For example, okay. For example, if we want to store salary of 5 employee, right? 5 employees. So without using array, how we'll do? Without using array, how we'll implement? So we'll basically say what? Int, right? Salary, emp1, right? 5 employee, then we will put some random amount, 5,000, say 50,000. Then second, again we'll copy this one, and here we'll change second, right? Because we can't have duplicate variable name. That's why you have to make the changes as a 2. Now this is 60. Now suppose for 3, 70, 4, 80, 5. So suppose 90,000, right? This is what salary. So to get it to store, you have to create 5 different variable, right? This thing you are clear, right? Till this, without array, if you want to store 5 employees data, then you have to create 5 different object. Okay. This is what without using array. Now suppose you want to with using array, how we will implement using array. Okay. So we'll say using array int this one, then employee, suppose employee salary, for example. Okay. Employee salary now equal to, okay, and this curly bracket. So whatever the values, right, we will just put like this, and then comma, second value, comma, third value, comma, fourth value, comma, and fifth value, comma. And now we are done. right? So this is how we have to store. Did you get or any confusion? Everyone, guys.
Got it.
Yeah.
But on data type, we can use anything, right?
No.
For
We
array.
have to use, you can use different data type, but it should be same data type. You can't store int salary, then long salary. No. See, it's here definition. See, array are used to store multiple values in single variable for each values. Array in is an object which contains elements of similar data type. So if you want to store multiple, yeah, it should be data type should be similar. We can't store long salary employee 6 like this. Okay, you have to here you can see, right, int means similar data type only we are storing the value. But yes, instead of int you can use long or short, that is okay. But here you see using data type, right, it is only applicable one. You can't use int comma long, right? This will not happen. So this is the syntax.
So instead of creating five variables, we are creating
Correct,
a table and
correct.
we are storing all the data in one variable.
Yeah, so because what happened when you create an object, so this object in memory, you know, like it will create a space in memory, right? So to avoid the, multiple storage in the memory, it is the solution that you can store a different, uh, like n number of objects in one line, like in one place. Instead of creating multiple object, you can store in one object, okay, with the similar data type. Now you may have a question, how I will get to know this 5,000 belongs to employee 1 or 2, right? Or this 6,000 is belongs to what? So basically what happened, so here the things will there. So indexing concept, okay. So indexing concept is there. Index, whatever you have a value, suppose whatever value you have, value and index, okay. Now so this 5,000, for example, this 5,000 will be at 0 index because the index start in array with a 0 position. The position would be 0 for 50,000, and for this 60,000 it would be 1, then 70,000 it would be 2, for 80,000 it would be 3, for 90,000 it would be 4th position. So this is the index. So index start with always 0, then 1. So if you want to print get the value of index 4, then you will get this. If you want to index get the value of uh, employee 1 or 50,000, right, then you will get. We'll write a program, then we'll see how it we can implement. So the advantage of array is it's like code optimization. So it makes the code optimize. We can retrieve or sorting the data efficiently based on your requirement. Okay, so this is what the syntax. So this is in array. We have two types of array. Types of arrays. One is singleton array. Okay, single dimension single dimensional array, and one is multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array. There are two arrays. One is single and one is multi. So right now the example what you are seeing, this is single dimensional array because you are storing the value in one column, right? For in Excel, just consider like Excel, you are just putting the values in one column, right? For employee 1, employee 2, employee 3. So maybe you have multiple rows and columns, right? In that case, how we will do? So you have to use multi-dimensional array, that will come later. Try to first understand the single dimensional array. So how it will store using array, this is what the syntax you have to write. Whatever the value you want to pass, you have to pass after like comma, using comma you can use. Okay. This thing is clear, and indexing position also clear. It always start with the zero in zeroth indexed. Okay. Now how to declare, right? How to declare? Let me write in a program these things. Okay. Now go to src, click on new package, session 6. Put like single diamond. You'll understand, right? Single diamond. Let me like complete only. Then null array code. So this is for single dimensional array. Okay. Now we need main method, public static void, right? This is what we need. Okay. Now how to, okay, now declare and initialize array. So first we'll see the step declare and initialize the array. How to declare? So the syntax is first your data type, whatever the data type you have, then your reference variable, whatever the variable name, right? Parent name. This is one way. Similar way you can do data type, variable name, and this. Okay. This is also fine. Anyway, like whether you do this or you do this, both will accept. Okay. So this is the declaration. Okay. Now we'll see the initialization. How to initialization? Initialize. Initialization. How to do that? So your variable name, for example, we have this, right? Example, employee salary. So we are saying employee salary equal to new. Now the data type, right? Int. So we want to use int, right? For example, now the size. So size, suppose this is what size. So there are two different way. Okay. So one, I will show you how to do. For example, you want to store, suppose in salary, employee salary. Then you have to write in. Now you have 5 employees. 5 employees data you want to store, for example. Okay. So there is, okay. This is one way you can do. Okay. This is also this is data type. This is a symbol, right? And the variable name. We are implementing this. If you want to do like this also, it's possible. This is also possible. So I prefer this one. This one I prefer. Both will fine. Okay. Now what you have to do, again here also there is two things. Okay, two way we can declare and initialize. Suppose I want to say this one, and what position it is holding? 0, right? 50,000, it's a 0 position, so we will say 0. Okay, and is there a restricted token?
No. 0. No, say
No, I'm 1 minute. 1 minute.
equal डालना है
So
तो आप पहले डाल दीजिए.
now what I'm saying, insert value in an array. Okay, insert value in an array. How to do that? Copy this one. This is what your, now what you want in 0 position, you want to insert some value, right? So say 50,000. So this is what we are inserting value in array. Okay, so basically this 50,000 will be insert in 0 position, because index in array, index start with a 0 position. So we may have 5 different data, right? Column wise in Excel we have 5 rows or 5 columns, for example 5 columns, but actually we have 4, because in Excel it start with 1 always, right? But in index array concept it always start with a 0. So that is why we have 4, 0 to 4, and that's why I am keeping the first 50,000 in 0th index. Okay, now suppose you want to store another, suppose 1, it's 60,000, right? Now it's 2, it's 70,000. Now let's come for 3, now it's 60,000. Oh, 80,000, right? And for this fifth one, so fifth means 4, 0 index would be 4 and the value would be 90,000. So you can see this 90,000 in this one. Okay, now how to print this value? Print size of an array. So we have to, how to print size of array? So system.out.println you can do, and now suppose I'm just writing size of an array. Okay, size of an array, and you just give what? This is your object, right? Dot size, there is a method. Okay, size, it's not coming. Okay, so length, you want to see the length first. Let's see the length. So what it will give you? So it will give you the array length. Let's print first, then you will understand. Let me run. See, size of an array is 5. right? Because we have 5 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Suppose I want to store number, this position would be 5th. Now tell me, will I get what output? Will it be 6?
No, you won't get.
Okay, others?
No, you'll not get.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
You told, no, what is that?
So declared
Variable
5
should be,
in integer,
So we
but
initialized only five value, five.
Okay.
int 5
5,
top.
right? So we'll not get. So any error or what will happen when we run?
You'll not get error,
Syntax
but
wise is
you'll get
syntax
only 5
wise
information.
any array, any error or any
yeah,
exception?
error, okay, maybe index out of
Hmm. Tell.
you get some errors. I don't know exact error. Okay,
Yeah.
some error will come.
So
Okay, out of
that array error you are saying index out of bound.
out of bound, correct. Out of bound or out of length, something will come.
See, you can see the error. Array index out of bounds
Exception.
exception. So whenever you see this exception, or this may be a question for interview, when do you get a array, index out of bound exception? So suppose you are storing only 5 here. We have this 5 already covered. Now you want to store feed more. Definitely it's a fix. Array in size is always fixed. Okay, it's not dynamically, it will going to grow. That's again a disadvantage of array. Okay, so when we use array, like when you know the range, okay, when you know the range till how many employee I want to do it, that at that case we use this one. Okay, so now if I just comment out, I will not see. Okay, and also suppose if I have stored till 5, but I am commenting 4 1 also. In this case, what happened?
It won't run, I believe, because you initial.
Will run. I think
You'll run.
up to it will going to print 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5 would be 0, I think.
So 4 I have commit. Acha, 4 means you are
Yeah,
saying
you'll
this
get the
4.
fourth one as a 0. Correct. Yeah, we'll get as a 0.
Default array value should be 0 if no value declared.
So we will get only for this output.
No, you'll get that 4 out plus the fifth one. No, it becomes 0. You're getting my point.
This means you are
0,
saying
1, 2,
for
3,
this
4
the
प्रिंट
default
करेगा
value.
बाद में fourth one है ना वो 0 आएगा.
No, but see, when you printing, so basically when you are saying length is
showing only.
it one. Okay, whether you comment all these things, it doesn't matter, because you are printing the length. You want to check the length of this array. Suppose I want to change to 100. Now if I print, whether it is implemented or not doesn't matter, because we want to check the
And okay.
length. Okay, so size of array means, so we have a method called length. So it will see, so it will showing we have capacity to store 100 employees record. Length will define that we can store 100 people of record. So this is one method, length. Okay, let me just, now we'll increase. Now we will not see any error, right? No exception out of bound, right? Because we have a range till 100. So we are right now in 5th position. If I run now, it will give me the length of this, right? it is because we have capacity to store 100 employees record. So that's why we are not getting. So I just wanted to show you that error mostly people get, and why you get that also you should know the exception. Okay. So if you want to print the size of array, means so that this is what the length we have method. Now we'll read. Okay, read values from an array. Okay, so how to read it? So system.out.println. Now putting some comment for your understanding. Value of, okay, now I want to check value of, let me put it 5 only. Okay, see the moment you enter 5, you can see it is coming as a yellow, and see if I hover on this, it shows array index is out of bounds. You can see it, right, in highlighted like this only. That means it is out of this range. That's why it is coming like this. The moment you put 6 here, it will go. The moment you put 2, okay, see it is coming. So below all will not going to print from this line. The below whatever you are mentioning, these are going to give you the error, because when you say 2, it is considering 0 and 1 as a 2. It's not considering this 2. Always remember, because the arrays in index position start with always 0, not from 1. Okay, so as of now I'm just putting 5, and let me delete this one. Okay, now when to print, read the value, right? So value of, suppose fourth object or fourth employee, employee record or salary. Now you tell me what I have to do. Plus what to do? Any idea?
Salary employee.
Okay, I'm copying salary employee. Then
Can open and close bracket. And you can add 4.
Why fourth, Raghu?
So you want to print 4th one, right? Sorry, 3. Three.
Don't get confused. So when I say
I missed that.
4,
Okay.
it is
I got
considering
it.
3.
You have to go 3.
Okay, because
One.
0 start with always 0.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now when I'm printing, putting 3, and if I run it, I will get the output 80,000. Let it run. See, if I put 0 here, right, and run it, I will get 90,000. Oh no, 50,000. coming. But if I put 5, what happened?
Don't print.
No, what it will give? Any error or what?
0.
It,
0.
it will give error message.
Not 0. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
If it is out of box, right? So you don't have that value.
Maybe.
Down. See, whenever you are crossing the range, right? See, try to understand the logic. Whenever, suppose when I am saying 5, and we have
Index
5.
out of box.
Yeah. So when you want to get the output for employee fifth, we don't have fifth, right? Count wise we have fifth, but it will always consider index position, na? So the fifth we don't have, we have till fourth index wise. So always you are crossing the limit or range, then you will see this array out of bound exception. This is also one exception. Okay.
और एक मकन इन केस अपने डिक्लेयर किया 5 है ना, इंटीजर 5, ओके, बट ईयर अपने लेस देन 5 किया, मतलब 4 हटाओ, व्हेन यू आर प्रिंटिंग देन इट वुड बी फोर्थ वन वुड बी 0, राइट? उसको ऐड कर दो, फोर्थ वन को कमेंट कर दो,
कमेंट, ओके.
then when you are printing now all this, then see we declared 5 but your values are only 4, right? There is no fourth data, so fourth data what we are going to get? We will get 0.
No. So we are see, we have not implemented fourth one. First of all, we commented.
Correct.
So this length is considering pointing to this one. Okay. There is nothing with this
length.
one.
I'm talking about
this
values,
one.
Reading values. Yeah.
And what do I need to change anything here?
Give me 4. Yeah. Give me 4.
Okay.
Print.
Okay.
It would be 0, right? My question. We comment 4.
It would be 0 definitely, because it is within the range only, right? So this one, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. For example, this 4, it is part of this program only.
Correct.
Okay, now we are not printing this value. So this will come 0. That is
default 0, not giving any error here.
No. Because we are in range, right? We are in range.
So when you are crossing the range, then only you are getting that index out of box.
Correct. So when you are within the range only, then definitely this fourth one is in range only, right? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So within the range, no error. It will give you the default 0 only, because we have not initialized, not declare anything. So, but array default value is 0. So it will give you 0. Even you comment all these things. Okay. Even this one also. Okay. Now I am to print. It all will give you 0 only, because we like the default array's value is a 0. Because we are printing here only 4. If you print 1, 2, 3, 4 also, everything will come 0 only. Okay. Till this, any question? You are clear with, right? How to get error?
I have one question.
Yes.
So you added salary dot length, right? Why did you prefer selecting length?
Okay, length is to see the size. Means if you want to check the size of the array, suppose you may have 5,000 here, for example. So this is just a method. You should know the length. What is the use of length? So when I say length it will give you the actual. So in real time DB, right? So what happened in DB, you are not going to read all the columns or rows manually, right? You got my point, right? That time okay, I have 50,000 of that. The range. For example, some employees list given to you. You know the range. So definitely you should know the range. How many employees can be captured on that Excel? Even Excel has also limitation, right? You have a limitation to store a data till some amount of rows or columns, right? So that's just length is a method to understand the size of a array, what exactly you are holding the size of array. So when I say 5, it will make you clear. So you have to just cross check. By using this, you can just see the size of it is not mandatory. Okay, it will not impact if I comment also, that will not impact on your program. just to understand the methods implementation. Okay, now if I print, even I commented that length, it will not impact on your code. You will get the output. See, only to understand the size of the array. For that, what method we have? That may be an interview question. In array, how to get size of array? Then you should know length is a method. Using length, we can see the size of this one. Okay, clear, Manju?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
Yeah.
got it, got it.
Okay. Now read all the values of an array. Okay. So using for loop. Okay. Using for loop, we'll do that. Using for loop. Okay. So what is the syntax? For bracket start. So we'll create one variable like int I equal to our index position start with 0, right? So definitely we'll put 0 here. This is one condition, one parameter. Second parameter is I less than, right? Less than employee. This employee, right?
Dozen
Dot,
or
no, dot length.
equal?
Okay. So length, why length? It will go first this one, then this, then this, then this, then this one. So that's why it length is required here. So it will, that's why I printed initially only the length to understand. So it will check all these things, whatever the you have, right? The size. So it will go and interact with all. So I this one. Now the third condition, third parameter is increment. I increment. Why increment? Other, if I don't increment, it will only check this one only. It will be right, if I don't increment. So once it will go to 0, then it will go to this one, 1 2 3. For that we need to increment, otherwise it will not going to reach till fourth position. Now this is the now what we have to print. We have to print system.out.print. Suppose I'm saying for loop. Okay, because we are using for loop. Now salary, employee, and now we'll do this one. We'll print I, the variable, this one. Okay, now see what happened. So let me run. I will explain again the for loop. If let it run. So okay, let me give some space. Let me run it using for loop. Okay, so using for loop we are able, this one is for this one, right? The first one, this came for this one. Okay, now we are able to achieve using for loop. So what I did, for loop, we have to create one variable, right? So I said int I equal to 0, because we need to check from 0th index. Okay, so that's why 0. You, when you put 1, it will check from 1. If you put here 5 or 3, it will check from 3. Okay, now I less than equal to. Okay, less than equal to means, so it will check whatever the range you were putting 0, and this will check all of this length, because we put length, salary dot length. So whatever the length we have, right? We have 5. We have 5, right? So it will check all the length. Okay, salary dot length, and it will increment y. Otherwise, it will be only here. If you want to see, I can show you. That's why incremental is required. See, it is only reaching to this one, and it is not moving to 160, 70, 80, 90, because uh, we are not incrementing. Na? Every time what is happening, for loop is going to interact with this one only, every time. Okay, so that's why incremental is required to get all this. Okay, any doubt, any question on this part? Read value using for loop.
मगर और एक मेथड है ना, बट फॉर लूप है ना, उसको कमेंट कर। ये भी सिंपल है ना, कमेंट जस्ट ओनली फॉर नॉट पूरा पूरा नहीं, जस्ट दैट लाइन 27 लाइन।
ओके,
तो कॉपी कर, नीचे डर,
नीचे मीन्स ओके हियर
enter copy that for remove that except integer high 0 तक बाकी सब रिमूव करो। then remove that equal है ना, equal के कोलन डाल दो, i equal to
I equal to
नहीं नहीं, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ ना, हाई इक्वल डाला है ना, कोलन सैलरी डाल दो, कोलन कोलन हाई कोलन
okay
सैलरी एम्प्लॉय, जस्ट प्रिंट करो अभी।
don't go this, I know this what you are telling.
Why?
So this is enhance for loop. Okay, I will explain why I'm telling not to use now. Okay,
No, this
so
also gives
that
shape field,
no
right?
no no so Raghu, for that what you said, that specially we use in array, that will come, don't worry. Okay, I was about to come for this, but everyone should know the basic only, na, this basic for loop also we should know.
But we can use that one also, right?
Yeah, we will use, Raghu, we will use. Now only I am coming to there. Okay, now is it clear for this one or any doubt?
I'm clear on this one.
Okay, so let me show you that for each loop that we call, what Raghu is trying to say, and also we call enhance loop. So specially it's implement, like we recommend for array concept. Okay, especially for array, specially for array, whenever you do any program with array, na, so that just ignore the spellings, you know. Okay, so here what we'll do, same will use for. Now variable also will took like this, int I. Okay, now we what will do, colon, and we'll pass the this object. So this object will put, and your bracket start from here. Now we'll print for each loop. Okay, for each loop. Now whatever you want to print, now I will pass only I. Okay, this is what, let me comment this. Okay, so I'm saying int I, this one. Okay, and system.out.print. Now let's run it and see the output. See, you are getting same thing, right?
ब्रो
Okay,
इसको
so
उसको क्या डिफरेंस है ब्रो, मेरे समझ नहीं आया.
okay, so difference is what basically this is little bit complex, right? Like means not for me no complex, but people prefer this one. It's very easy for implementation. In for
Mm-hmm.
loop you will just create one variable, right, integer, and then this you use, and just you pass your current object, whatever you have this, right, variable and all, and that you will print this I, not this I, this one, because you are saying this one is equal to this one, right? So definitely when you say I will consider this all, so it will give you the same. So it's very simple, like it's for like loop purpose we use mostly, arrays and all we use this one. So this is called enhanced loop, or for each loop, so that also we can use for.
So which is better when you are doing automation?
Yeah,
First,
yeah,
second.
this is recommended when you are doing with the array things. This is what we prefer, but this is basic, right?
Okay.
This is basic. Everything you should know, the use of enhanced for loop or for loop and all, everything you should know. See, here there is no increment, no decrement, nothing, right? Syntax,
So whatever data
because
is there, it's going to print.
right, because here what happened, you maybe do some syntax error or something like that, because you have to print as it is like this. Sometimes you don't print this one or something like that you do, right? So user like prefer this one. Okay, let it be. I will create one separate variable, and that I will map with this my current whatever the variables, and just print the value of I. Okay.
Okay.
If I print instead of I, if I print, what happened? Let's see that also. Because then this is not considering to this. It's not implemented. Okay. So you can see it is grayed out like never use. Can you see? I is never use. And you are getting some junk data. Okay. Can you see that? So this is some junk data
Correct.
you are getting. So you have not implemented. So to implement here, you have to, if you want to get print that, then that time only you have implemented. Okay. So now you'll get the real time value. Okay. So both the loop you should know, for loop, enhanced for loop, or for each loop. People call differently, same thing. So this is single dimensional array. Okay. Any doubt? Same program we created in this way, right? We are creating object like this, and we are same object only, but we have mentioned 5 times, 10 times. Maybe you're someone told to add 5,000 or 500. Are you going to do that 5,000 5 time copy paste? No, right? Even this is not a good practice, right? So for that, let me just give you this first. Okay, let me this program first, then I will show you one more with the same logic. Let me paste you. Okay. Okay, same thing we'll do. Let me just what I have to do. Same program only I will do. Okay. Now, same thing, okay? Same thing we'll do differently. Okay. Now I'm saying int this is the syntax, okay? Remember the syntax. So I'm saying employee, right? Salary employee. Okay, salary employee. Now within this, right, I will just okay, it's already there, right? So I have shown you two different way, okay, to do the same activity. Okay. Now here, what was the different? Here I put line by line, right? All those things. But here I am just passing here. Here also we have 5. So the length of array is 5 only, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have 5. Oh, okay, 4 only. Okay. So, but we have fifth value, but this one is indexed at what position? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Don't get confused. See here. Count wise, you will get 5, but this one position wise, we have till 4th indexed position.
Why we are using curly bracket here instead of square bracket?
Which one? This one?
Hmm.
This is the syntax. If you want to store multiple value in one, right? So this curly bracket only you have to use.
Like JSON format.
This is the format syntax only. If I do this, suppose try that also. It will give you
Square
error.
I'm asking. Square we cannot use because array
No,
always
no, no.
right?
No. For multiple value, when you are going to store, right? This is the syntax. You have to use this one, curly bracket. Okay. You can't use this. You can't use this. Can you see the error? So whatever the syntax, we have to follow the syntax. Okay. Okay. Now this is what we have at 4th position. Now what I will do? I will do the same activity. Okay. Now I will print first. So what I am doing? Print size of an array. Okay. So we will have a length. So system.out.println. So what I am going to do?
Salary dot length.
Yeah. Same thing only we'll do. 1 second. Now we'll do that. What is our salary, right? Salary dot length. So it will give us the number of that, right? Whatever the length we have. So what would be our length?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, Raghu.
4.
1 second.
So it should be 5 only, bro. It will start with index 0, but 5, right?
0. अच्छा value wise it is coming
Wait,
0.
मेरे को confuse कर रहे हो.
नहीं 1 minute. The size means the value of the size is 5.
Yeah, it will 5.
Yeah, sorry, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. So it is counting the that the value what you enter, right? That is it is mentioning that it's a 5. Sorry, it's my bad. So now it's 4. Now this is 90,000 put. But if I ask the range, right? What is the
Range would be
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this length is the values positions like, okay, whatever. Now this is done. Now we'll read the same thing. Same activity only we'll do. I'm just copy from there. Read value. Okay, read value from here. Then again same activity. For loop, we'll take this for loop. Comment out. Now, so same thing, right? Okay, one more thing, read, let me comment this one. Okay, now I'm saying read, this is not for Raghu, okay, from an array, this is for Ropio. Value of third element. Ropio, tell me, if I want to get value of third element, what I have to do here now?
थर्ड एलिमेंट का चाहिए सेल डालो ना सैलरी EMP
Salary EMP
ब्रैकेट 2
bracket 2. तो आउटपुट क्या होना चाहिए मेरा?
7,000 चाहिए ना आपको
70,000, right? Correct. Now this is for Binod, okay? If I want to get for the first employee salary, then what I have to do here?
Change to 0. Salary employee 0.
Okay. And what should be output? It should be 50,000, right?
50,000.
Yeah. So now you are clear, right? And same thing for loop also you can do on, like, this is also okay. So here, what is the difference between this? Let it run. Oh, it's run. We got 70 and 50. Okay. Now you may have a question, right? So what is the difference between this one and this one? Can you tell me?
Here, all the values keeping in one variable, okay? That is employee, salary employee, okay? And you're mentioning all the values in one bracket, in one line.
Correct.
But there, again, we're creating one variable, again we are adding index, again we are adding values. So there's a difference. Here we are not
Correct.
adding index plus
So-
values multiple times.
Right. So which one we should prefer? The first one or the second one?
I would say second one.
What about the others? Give any
So,
option, I will explain why.
Second one is easier compared to the first one.
The reason I will tell you why. Anyone prefer first one? Tell me.
Again, first one is better because when adding data, no,
No.
what 5? Huh?
No,
We can
first
mention
one is why not better, I will tell. Why it will create a problem. So tomorrow you want to add 10 more numbers, right? Or make the changes on this current values and all. So you have to go through all this employee name list and check, right? So instead of that, suppose you want to replace something, will come in collection part, then we'll see all those stuff. How to replace existing value, array value with new value and all will come. But this is the better because implementation, like initialization also, it's very, or declaration also very simple, right? You just create one variable and you are just passing. Tomorrow you want to add more value, right? You are just passing. You do not need to fix the size here, right?
Okay,
Hard
okay.
coded. This is hard coded, right? Again you are changing here, then again you are going to add here, right? All these things. Here it's not your hard coding. It's a dynamically, it will going to grow, right? Did you get the difference? Now I need something like this. I can put random value, right? It is not giving me any array out of bound exception, these things and all, right? Are you getting my point? Because here we are fixing that you can suppose it is like consider 5 container you have and some other things are coming now. Obviously these 5 container already filled. Now you can't do anything, right? It will overflow. Overflow means exception out of array, out of bound exception will come. So for that you have to buy again another new container to store new things, right? So just consider as a container. So it's a fix. But here what you are saying, it's like you are getting some dumping area, huge. Just there is no limit. Whoever is coming and putting there all this stuff, it is not giving you any restriction because it's a huge container, unlimited. You can do it. This is only the difference between this and this. Okay, this is by fixed by nature. See, it is fixed by nature, but it's a dynamically it is growing. Hope you understand, right? The logic examples, also using for loop, enhance for loop. Enhance for loop also you can do it simply. Just copy this thing, just uncomment. Now same thing you are doing here, let it run. So for whenever it comes to array, you can use this because this is specially uh, like design or recommended for in Java for loop. Okay, till these things, are you clear? Tell me guys, if you don't understand, I will repeat once again, but don't be silent. I will not I will not get anything whether you are getting or
I'm
not.
clear, Makan.
What about others? If you are not sure, ask again. If you I explain all these things, right, step by step. Tell me which thing you didn't understand, this part or the above part. Yes or no, tell anything. Don't be silent.
Good for me, Makan.
Understood.
Good bucket.
Okay, right? Because if you are not responding, that means okay, let it. We will see video and Jumma will understand. That will never going to happen, really. If you are not understanding here, there also you will not understand. You'll have many doubts. So here, if you have a question, just ask me, and I will try to make it clear. Now we saw the single dimension, right? So we have another dimension which is called multi-dimension. Okay. So multi-dimension means what? So here only we are storing for one particular one things, right? Means one row. Now for multi-dimension, we can store multiple rows. Okay. So basically, I am writing the definition in multi dimensional arrays, data is stored in row and column. So the previous one, we just enter the data in just one place, right? In one row. But here we have a row and column concept based on index, or also we call aka known. Aka means known only. Matrix form. Okay. So for example would be int. Suppose want to store, right? So int, this is the syntax. Suppose you want to store 2 row and column, suppose for example. So again, employee, right? EMP data, for example. And I'm saying new, then it would be what? What I should do here? Tell. Guys.
You have to add two.
No, here after new, what I have to enter? That means
Example, integer.
okay. In int, not integer. Huh?
Int.
Integer is
Int.
integer is a different concept. We'll come
Square
later.
bracket. Okay, again you have to add two square bracket.
Correct. That means this is because it's a multi-dimensional. Based on this syntax, you will get to know this is, see, here you have one. So it's a single dimensional. Here we have more than one. You can put three also. I'm just showing with two. And when you have more than one, that consider multi-dimensional array. Okay. So here, whatever you want to put, suppose whatever you want to put the value, right? 3. If I say 3, 3, it means what? Can anyone tell?
3 column,
And
then 3 rows.
correct. So when you say 3, so it's called row and column, right? Or column and row. So 3 column, 3 row. That's simple. Okay. We'll see, okay, in program. Dimension. Now this is same again, public static void. Okay, same. So what we did, we'll take this example. Okay, how to declare, right? Declare part, we'll see here. Declare declaration and initialization. Okay, initialization. So declare, the syntax is syn. Syntax is data type, then this bracket twice, or like if you need to, then your variable, right? Var name. Okay, then what? Now only you tell what I have to do. This is only, right? In this two, your variable name equal to new data type and this double time, right? And just pass the value, whatever the value you want to put. Size, basically the size. Okay, this is okay. Now we'll see how to do it. Okay, so this is basically, first one would be, remember, first one would be the row size, second one would be the column size. Okay, first row, then second column. Any question? Okay, we'll write program, then you will understand more. So I'm saying int this thing, what we have written here, employee data, for example, employee data, new int. Now I'm saying 3 I need row and 2 I need column. Okay, This is the syntax. 3 rows and 2 columns. Ignore this column. Okay, now insert value, right? So this is what I did, declaration and initialization. Like, okay, both the things we did, declare and initialize the array. This is the declaration part and this is the initialization. We did initialize the value. Now insert values in an array. How to do it? I will say employee data, right? This is what. So what we'll do first would be row, right? So I want to 0 row because arrays index position start with always 0. Okay, so 0, another 0, right? Equal to what?
Value.
Value, right? So I'm just passing 12. Just for understanding, okay? We can change all this. Now I am saying 0 and 1. Let me open Excel. Second. Okay. So this is column, right? This is row, right? Means this one is column, right? And this one is row. So column 0, row 0, right? You're getting, right? Column 1, then row 1, right? Column, you're getting or not?
No, it's wrong, Makan. Actually, it won't come.
See, column means what? This, wait, this is column, right? This
Correct.
yellow is column. Okay, I am
Mm.
making it, and row. This
Correct.
is considering row. Row I am putting in a different. Okay.
Leave that one, okay? A में ना 1 छोड़ दे, B से शुरू करो and 2 से
Okay.
शुरू.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
0,
So this is column
1,
and this is
row.
row. Okay, now 0, right?
Correct. Mm.
It's 0th position. Let me do this way. Okay, so this is 0. Okay.
Correct.
And then what here? It should be 1 here, right?
Mm.
Then 2, then 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, but we have only 2 implemented, right? Okay.
Mm.
So what I'm saying, the first here is always considered for row. Row means this row. Okay. So 0 row, 0, 0, and this is column. 0 row, 0 column, 0 row. So 0 column would be same position only, right? Here only, na, it would be. You got it or not? Column and row would be in same position only, na? This position only 0, right? 0 and 0. Getting or not?
Correct, Makan. You're right.
Both the position would be
Yes,
0
yes.
only, na? It will start from
Correct.
0. Yeah. So now I'm saying 13. Put 13. Okay. I will just copy paste. Now what I'm saying, now 1. If I'm saying 1, 1 is what? It is column, right? So it is column. Sorry, it is row. Row is 1. Okay, now I'm saying 0. Okay, So here is a 0. So I want to change. Okay, I am putting here the value. So this value would be 0, 12. Okay, 0, 0 would be 12. Both the places 0, 0 would be 12. Okay,
0
now
would be
I'm, yeah, now I'm saying 13. Then this is considering column, right? Then it should be column, na? 13.
ऊपर 1 डाल दे कॉलम के ऊपर.
Yeah. Okay.
कॉलम 0 कॉलम 1. हाँ.
Row 0, row 1. Okay, column 1, column 2. Okay, okay. Now I'm saying 1, column, row 1 and 0. Row 1 and 0. Then it should be what? 13.
No, you need to add one more row, right? Because we mentioned 3 right there.
No, no, 2 only mentioned, na?
No, row 3, column 2.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, row 3. Right.
0 again 0.
Okay. Okay, so I'm saying 1, 0. Okay, put 14. Okay, so 1, 0.
No. It's wrong again.
No,
0.
let me write the data, then I will show
No,
you.
bro, it becomes 0, 0, 2, right? कॉलम 0 1 में खत्म हो 0 2 आने चाहिए.
एक मिनट, मुझे एक बार उसको पेस्ट करने दो, फिर मैं बता रहा हूँ.
Bro, row mentioned
I
3.
will also.
Taking only 2.
1 minute, Raghu.
First one is row and second one is column, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So see here. So this 2 means row. Okay, this 2 is row. Row 0, 1. Okay. So we have 2 row. 2 row, when we have a 2 row means what? 0 and 1, right? This is the 2 row we have. And when I say we have 3, right? The row. So that's why we have put 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2 means 3, right?
Or yeah.
So this 3 is not needed because we have 3 rows. Now you clear or not?
I'm telling data.
Okay, I will change the data. Wait. I'm saying this 0 is rows. So rows we have 3. These rows 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now column. Columns are 2. Now these are 2 columns. This also not needed. Let it delete. Okay. Let me hide this one also. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm saying 0, 0, it would be 12. Okay, because column 0, column row, it will point to here only. Column 0, column row. Now this one 12. I'm putting here 12. Okay, 0. Now 0 again, column 0 and row 1. Column 0, row 1 would be what? Then 13. Column 0, row 1 would be 13, right? 0, 1. Okay. Now 1. 1 is what? Column 1. Column 1 value is what? 14. Now we'll change the value 14. Now, and 1, 0. So column 1, row 0. So row 0 is what? Row 1, column 0. Row 1 and column 0. Then what? Column 0 is still 12, right? Now this is row 1. This is row 1. And column also 1. Column also 1. So when you say column 0, 1, right? It's again, I'm just putting 15. Okay. Now this is row 2. Row 2. Okay. This is row 2 and row 2 and 0 means 0 is your column. Okay. 0 is your column. Now I am just making the value 16, for example, 16. Now 0, and now this is also 1, because we have only two columns, that's why 0 1 0 1. Okay, this is what, and now this is 0 0. We have three rows. 1 1 means second row, 2 2 third row. So okay, this is what. Now let me print first. Okay, so I am saying now print number of rows. Okay, number of rows plus, so what we'll do, emp data dot length. This is the purpose of using length. Okay, same thing I will do. Okay, column we'll see later. Let's check the row only. So for this, to get the number of rows, okay, get the number of rows. Now just print. Can you see? So rows, it is coming 3, na? Because we have 3 rows, right? So it is giving you 3 here. See, 3, 0, 1, matlab 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Now, if you want to print number of column, then what you have to do? Print number of columns. What you have to do? EMP, okay, and your column index start from 0. Just put this one and dot again length. So if you put this, then you will get the actual your columns value. Now print it, run again. See, so it is coming 2 columns, 3 rows. Okay, now we'll read the value. Okay, and same thing what we implemented here, same thing even we can do like this also, that we have already covered, right? Int multiple, so this is what syntax, suppose okay, employee data I also am taking employee data 1. Yeah, then what you will do, any idea? We'll write like this, because we have double na here. Earlier we had only one, right? That's why you use one curly bracket. Now we have double, right? That's why we put double here. Okay, simple. Now we'll put 12 comma 13. Okay, this is for one row and column. Then give one space. Again within another curly bracket you have to put 14 comma 15. This is for second. Again we are giving 16 comma or 17, for example. We are changing the value now. Okay, so this first will consider this one, for example 12 and 13, right? So this is the row and then column. This is for the first. Okay, 0 0 position. This is for first position, this is for the second position. That's how it is considering. Okay, so this is also one way to do, and this is also another way to do it. Okay, any question?
भाई वो वाला एक्सप्लेन करना थोड़ा, ये 12 13 और 14 15
ये वाला लाइन। ओके,
ये वाला
तो
कैसे डिफाइन करोगे?
कहाँ पे डिफाइन करना है?
मतलब यहाँ पे जस्ट
ये तो डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम है राइट। ये जब हमने पहले इसमें भी देखा है, हमने यहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट किया था राइट, इन सिंगल लाइन। सिंगल लाइन पे किया था, यहाँ पे ये किया था। सिमिलरली इसका भी वही होगा ना। अभी 12 एंड 13 जब मैं डालूंगा, ये 0 पोजीशन पे लेगा ना, कॉलम रो 0 पे लेगा, ये
भी 0 पे लगा।
0 पे लेगा, ठीक है, द वैल्यू। उसके बाद ये जो है 1 पे लेगा, ये 0 पे लेगा, ये 2 पे लेगा, ये 0 पे लेगा, ठीक है। ऐसा रहेगा मतलब। अभी समझ गए?
ओके, सेम कॉलम डिफरेंट रोज।
हाँ,
मतलब
फर्स्ट वाला हमेशा रो होता है, सेकंड वाला कॉलम होता है, तो हमारा इंडेक्सिंग पोजीशन होगा 0 से। तो फर्स्ट रो ये होगा 0 पोजीशन, सेकंड वाला जो ये 13 है, ये कॉलम 0 पे रहेगा, ठीक है। ये सिमिलर है, समझे आप?
समझ गया।
हाँ, तो रो या कॉलम कोई भी हो, हमेशा स्टार्टिंग 0 से ही होता है इंडेक्सिंग पोजीशन। हर रो एंड कॉलम का स्टार्टिंग 0 से ही होता है। सो इसीलिए आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, और यू कैन डू इट लाइक दिस ऑल्सो। Okay, now if I want to print this employee, right? Suppose instead of this, I will change it, or let me copy first. Let's see both. Okay, what we'll get here. Okay, we'll just change this data type here. 1, right? Okay. Now let me comment. We saw this row 3, row 4, right? Let me this get here only. Okay, now let me print. So, oh, sorry. Let me terminate the program. Let it print. Okay, so I am commenting this line because we got the output for this, and let's try this. Same logic, right? We are getting here. We have commented this one, okay? But we are getting the same thing. Because, see, the implementation only did like this. So, same thing. 3 times, right? So, it's considering this row. Okay? Same implementation. Maybe it looks little bit complex to understand for you, but same thing I did. The value whatever you see we're getting the same thing only. Because if I add one more, for example, you will get the changes. Now value can be same, right? So no issue with the value. So we have now 4, right? So if you print now, you are getting 4 rows but 2 columns. Okay, the first one always consider the row. Okay, so value 4 time you are giving. So suppose your index 0, row 1, 2, 3. So you have 4, right? Total number of rows is 4, right? This is how it is considering. Okay, and this is also one way to understand. So multi-dimension is to capture multiple rows and columns, and single dimension is for only the single value. And for loop, whatever we use in here, for loop, each for loop we can implement here. Okay, I'm just pasting this code. You can do practice and just you can come up with the question if you have. In like if you do practice, you'll get to know like okay the real time implementation how to do that. So for today we are done. So we have covered multi-dimensional array. I am also pasting this note. It can help you to understand. So we are done. Any question? Hello, are you there?
No questions, boy. No
Yeah,
questions.
It's not
Raghu,
team
stop recording.
meeting. You can stop, Raghu. Raghu is not